Good day everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is the maiden flight for the Havoc MK1. Now, Jane Braun recently bought a Hudson Mark 5, I think it is, I can't remember. And I thought, well, I haven't bought anything from the premium shop for quite some time, and I thought, well, I want to treat myself to some vehicles. I've bought my first Russian premium tank, which is the T-26. It was a nice cheap premium. I liked the T-26 reasonably well, and it's a good tank, so I thought, why not? And aircraft-wise, I've jumped straight to the Havoc Mark 1. I've always wanted to get this plane. So the Havoc Mark 1 was essentially the British variant of the A20 Havoc. Well, yeah, pretty much. It was. I can't remember the American designation. I think it was the A20 Havoc. But we just called it Havoc Mark 1. It's armed with 4 Browning machine guns with 2,000 rounds, and armed with 2 Vickers K machine guns in the back, and also comes with a stock 4 times 500-pound bomb load. Now the Havoc's been in the game for God knows how long, and it is one of the fastest 2.0 planes. Jane Prawn did want to do a flight with Hudson and Havoc, because obviously they're both BR2. Um, and even so, it's just a nice plane in general because it's unique. We did use these things, obviously. The French used DB7, which I would love to get my hands on. And there you can see I have actually a personal discount going in the form of the KI61 1B. For the Americans, that takes it down to 490 Eagles. However, by the time this video comes out, that'll be dead. So if you've got any suggestions for my remaining 500 Eagles budget, please feel free to let me know. I will not spend them till you guys obviously watch this video. If you say Japsay, I'm waiting for that in War Bonds. If you say the same for the Hudson, I will be waiting for War Bonds for that. Um, and otherwise, I'm open to suggestions because I've always wanted to. Well, there's another word for it. I've always wanted to get this aircraft. So before we begin, I am having to turn down the sound because I was actually squatted up earlier, and well, this is before I obviously went on my. Well, I purchased about 1150 Golden Eagles, I think it was. So let's jump right in. So I've just checked my Discord messages, and Jane Prawn says he likes this plane. I have seen a lot of planes or players give this plane a good reputation. Mags TV gave a reputation to this aircraft, and it was very good. It's not as durable nowadays because of the cannon buffs and all that. There is one aircraft that I'm particularly worried about, and that is the BF-109E1. However, with the Havoc's high speed and good maneuverability, as well as good firepower, I'm pretty certain I can hold off any German aircraft that comes for me. The Heinkel 112A0 I might struggle with, however. Now, Jane Prawn did send me a replay of his Havoc, well, sorry, not Havoc, his Hudson. I will be doing that after you see the spade impressions for the P38J. But I just thought I'd buy some cheap premiums just to, because I haven't bought anything from the premium shop for quite some time. I mean, the last time I bought something from the premium shop was, and I'm going back some years now, it would have been the German Yak 1, well no, not the Yak 1B, it would have been the Fliegels 109, and I got gifted 250 Golden Eagles at some point by Gaijin. I can't remember what it was for, I do apologize about that, 1 second. There we go. And obviously I'm doing this live, as you can probably guess. Wasn't expecting to get any Facebook messages today, but even so, that's when you got a lot of friends. But I have seen people use this thing as a heavy fighter to some extent. I have had to deal with Havoc Mark 1s myself, and they are really fast. So I'm hoping I could use the speed of this thing to get up and go. I will probably get some more Golden Eagles at some point, because, well, I'm nearing the end of my bigger assignments, as you all know. I'm recording this on the 25th of February, on the Monday. And my assignment, my obviously big one, where it's a month long. Obviously, it's still going. And here we go, we got a battle. Um, it is still going at this moment, and I just got bulge. Oh boy. Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. Um, but like I say, it's just this isn't really a good map. Oh boy. But it's a maiden flight. I've probably been follow-up tiered in typical Gaijin fashion because they want to give my new premium a run for its money, as you'd imagine. This ain't gonna be nothing special because reasons. Yes, we are full up tiered. I'm gonna go for the right-hand base. Now, the one thing I noticed about the Havoc when I test flight it a long time ago is that it didn't have WEP. It still doesn't. And I can already tell this is going to be a defeat. I can just tell you that straight away, people. It would appear my team, well, my NC223 ally is not giving a single fuck about the bases. And there was an F4U I noticed carrying bombs. The SBD is carrying gun pods, so you know this is going to be interesting. But yeah, it's quite a nice plane. I've always liked the A20 in the American tree because of its firepower. And let's have a look around the cockpit and see what it's like. Obviously it's cockpit play holder, which is nothing new. It's same for the A20. Yeah, it don't look too bad in here. All the dials work and everything, so that's all that matters to me. Obviously, with our measly 400 or 500 pound bomb load, we are not going to be able to kill a base, but that is perfectly fine. Now, this has got a surprisingly low minimum fuel load for a bomber of this size. I would expect this thing to carry at least 45 minutes of minimum fuel load, but no, 21 minutes. That's pretty handy, actually. That means it's just as maneuverable as, well, some of the twin-engine fighters that we'll actually see. I have no idea where that 223 is going. Level 77. Yeah, he doesn't have a clue. You can just tell. He's probably an air arcade player and just thinks charging headlong into the ground targets is a good idea. And there you can see down there my American brother, the A20G. Obviously we have worse defensive armament than him. We only have Vickers K in the back, and we only have Brown machine guns at the front. That is perfectly fine. And hopefully we can use our dive speed to get away from BF-110s if they come this way. That is the German SM-79. Not very often you see one of them buggers. I spaded all those a long time ago, and they were horrible. If you guys have not spaded your, that looks like we've got a couple of 110s heading our way. If you've not spaded your SM-79s, I do not recommend it. They are horrible. They're even worse nowadays. But yeah, it looks like we've got either a couple of bombers. That looks like a 111 actually. Are we nearing our target yet? I think we are. So we may potentially break off once we've dropped our payload, but yeah, it looks like we've got a 111. And it'll be at this point where I actually have music on, but obviously copyright. Can't do that, I'm afraid. Okay, bomb bay doors open. Bombs away. Right. Let's go and have a crack at whatever this is. The one over to the right looks more easy pickings, but that's a 111, and it looks like he's got another 111, a H16, with him. Lovely. I'll go for the H16. It's more dangerous. In terms of defensive armor, that is. Okay. Got him. We took some damage to the right engine, it seems. That's fine. I believe the Havoc can fly back to base on one engine. That's perfectly acceptable. The SBD's now moving in to have a crack at him. That's perfectly acceptable. Come on. Yeah, the Dauntless had that one. Didn't get the assist for some reason. Okay, let's make our way back to base. Good start. Spitfire's diving on the SM-79, which is entirely unnecessary. C202 German, BF-109 I saw up there. That 111 is going down in a flat spin, the poor sod. You might be able to... I'm not certain of the dive speed of this thing, but I know it can dive pretty well. Yeah, the 202 is engaging the Dauntless, that's good. Come on, mate, it's a freaking Sparviero. How long does it take you? There we go. He's dead, so I can crank the throttles back up. But so far, this thing's handling pretty nicely. Obviously, we did take damage to the right engine, which was unexpected. Other than that, the plane's completely fine. I did notice armor plating when I looked at the aircraft. I was considering the B-10B, which I know the Digital Time Traveler and Dave Schilling both have. Lads, I hate to disappoint you, but that thing flies like an absolute pile of shit, so I am not purchasing that. And there's a German Yak 1. Not very often see one of those buggers. Now I presume this thing will be like an A20 to land, and if so, I've got no problems with it. Team's doing reasonably well. Obviously, we took out we took out both 111s, but obviously, I didn't get the assist for some reason. I have no idea why. Probably because Gaijin's new system is, oh, you have to get a critical hit, but then if he's critted, then what's the point? I mean, in real life, sometimes fighter pilots didn't even have to. Well, they did score obviously hits against certain aircraft, or they were near the aircraft as it went down, and they would claim that kill, and they would share it, so it was a shared kill. So in a way, the Dauntless should have still gotten the kill, but I should have gotten the assist because of my damage with my limited firepower. I mean, if I could personally add something to this plane, it would be to slap another 8 machine guns in the bomb bay and just hope for the best, but I severely doubt they did anything like that. Landing gear's coming down nicely. There's just that tree that I can see right there. I'll mark it with a trace of fire so you guys can see. But I'll turn it slightly left and we should be good. That 223 has just bombed nearly all the bases out. So what I think we might do is we might drop one bomb on that middle base and then drop 2 on that one to the left of that and then go from there. How's the team looking? Not too bad, we're doing okay. And a nice smooth touchdown. And that is why I love the A20 in general, because it's just so easy to land it. Obviously I didn't really want to whisk. I sound like I've got a flipping lisp or something. But I didn't want to risk the thought of actually shall we say ending the battle early, because obviously there's no point when I can just go back to base, repair my engines, or repair my engine and the plane itself, and get a nice new bomb load back in, maybe even kill a base or 2. So overall, I'm actually really enjoying this thing. I mean, it does well as a heavy fighter, as I've proved. I mean, I've shot down that Heinkel 111 H16 with little issue. Right, let's get underway, see what the acceleration's like. And so far, it's actually proven to be pretty damn good in terms of acceleration rate. Excuse me. That's my throat playing up again. I swear, my throat is just not very nice these last few days. Okay, so it would appear that the 223 has finished off 1 of those bases. He might finish off the other 2, because obviously I damaged the outer one. I'm hoping he doesn't, because then we can get some more points. Obviously, I mean, I'm researching a goddamn Brigand Mark 1, which I will obviously do something on that at some point once I get it, and spade it and all that. If you want to see maiden flights, or more maiden live flights, then I'm more than happy to do them. Obviously, I'll do a maiden drive for the T-26, if I remember. And it would appear that the team is now dying. It's just me, that Spitfire, and the 223 left. Oh boy. And we've got, what on the enemy team? A 109, or 2 109s. The Yak 1, And a Ori 2001. That's not good. Oh, there's only 3 left, so... Zircoloid. 109E. Serega Litsofa. That's the 109 F1, and the other one must be the Yak. That is no problem to me. And that 223 is hogging all the bases like an ignorant bellend. Normally I would not take off in this situation, but it would only be a really short battle, so there's no point. I might as well go in and get some extra RP. I see something on it. What's that? That's the 109E. Okay, that's no problem. The Yak-1 must be low on ammunition, and I know for a fact that this plane has trouble with its engines in terms of catching fire. That is perfectly acceptable. And the 223 nailed all 3 bases. Joy. I might go for a crack at this 109 just for the lols. I mean, I'm in a Havoc, so I might as well have a crack at him. I mean, he's not doing much. He's just strafing armoured cars and things like that. So he's easy pickings for me. One thing I've noticed as I'm flying this aircraft is its thermodynamics aren't the best. I've certainly seen better thermodynamics. Dynamics, not dynamics or whatever I just said then. Oh, he's shitting himself. I do not blame you, pal. I do not blame you. Okay, then I will use my speed and fuck off. Because he will struggle to catch us, ladies and gentlemen. He'll probably fire at long range just to try and score a few hits, and there he goes, he's hit the vertical stabilizer. Yep, he's hit the vertical stabilizer once again, but that is perfectly acceptable. Okay, bomb doors open. We've got plenty of speed on, so we just need to keep our speed up. Of course, like the Mosquito FB Mark... I really am bad with these machine guns, Jesus. Like the Mosquito FB Mark 18, I believe it was. It is quite a fast aircraft, and it's got decent machine guns on it. Okay, shut the bomb bay doors because he is starting to catch up, and we are obviously creating drag. But obviously we need to drop our bombs in a moment because we've got tanks here. And I bet it's a level retard, so that means he's going to get the best luck when he attacks us. Drop 2. Nothing. That's a shame. And another 2 out. Oh, you need a sod off. And that's beautiful! We got a crit, and he's on fire. But we've taken... Oh, we just lost our right engine. Oh, boy. Okay, that's no problem. Go on, fuck off. You've got all that damage, and you don't give a single fuck about the fact that you've just been critted. I thought it was a single Vickers. It must be the bottom turret engaging him nicely. And he is going down. Beautiful. That's a second air kill. Okay, so the right engine has... Well, there's no other word for it. Kicked the bucket. And there he goes. We are now going to head back to base. By me doing that, I've just removed one of their fighters. I'm going to check his level because knowing my luck... Oh, it's actually level 100 and he's stat pads. Well, fuck you is all I'll say, pal. Got wasted by a Havoc. And I apologise for any cuts in between. I am actually checking my Discord because obviously whenever you engage my software, it automatically shuts off Discord, and I like to keep track of my Discord. People have asked about a server. I will do some at some point, or do a server at some point. Okay, the pilot's pretty badly wounded. We need to get this thing on the ground ASAP. But luckily, this is after the mechanics has actually been removed because so many people complained about him. Okay, so you've just activated a meaningless order. Now, as far as I am aware, the Havoc can fly on one engine. But I'm not sure. I never tested it in the test flight, but it should be able to fly on one engine. However, I'm just concerned about my engine temperatures because that is just insane right now. There's the Yak. Obviously, with it being a Russian plane in the German tree, it would be the most overpowered thing in history. I'm surprised the Germans didn't whip out a bloody, what was the word? MG151. Surprised they didn't put one of those in it. Now, I'm watching my left engine's temperature because obviously it's having to work harder to keep the plane aloft. The Spitfire, being a Spitfire pilot, has not climbed at all. Let's have a look. Level 40, clueless, and he's better than the Spitfire. That's nothing new. What's funny is I have a better kill to death ratio than him, and this is my first flight. Okay, let's see if we can get the plane on the ground, because we are losing airspeed slightly, but it's maintaining about 180 on its one remaining engine. Now obviously the right engine hasn't fully failed yet. I just thought I'd make that clear. It hasn't fully failed. It's just gone black. It will probably die in the next minute or so. Now really the Spitfire pilot should have climbed, but being a Spitfire pilot, you won't freaking climb. This is going to be a long ass video, but I'm sure you guys appreciate the maiden flight. The maiden flight for the TB3 took about 24 minutes. That's obviously not including queue times. Okay, now one engine landing. I'm just going to call it one engine landing because it's basically all one engine. Never done it in the Havoc. I have done it in the A20, and the A20 handled superbly whilst doing it. And for some reason, it looks like the 223 is going to. What is that Spitfire doing? We crit him at least. So. Okay, how far have we got to go? Because I'm concerned about my left engine now. I'm going to keep it at 80% for throttle. Because the left engine's producing enough power to keep this thing airborne anyway. I'm openly surprised why the right engine has not fully died yet. Like, I'd expected it to die way back. But it's doing okay, so. So the Spitfire critted the Yak 1 in that vertical head-on. That's good for me. Let's get this bird on the ground. We've had a pretty good first battle, I think. Don't know what I'm losing now. Landing gears down, flaps are down. I'm going to keep the throttle at 100% for now, because obviously we've got the flaps down to decrease our speed. Throttle to 100% to make sure we don't stall, because I noticed the airspeed dropping below 130 then. And now cut the throttle back, drop the flaps, and we should be good. Yep, perfect. Nice and smooth. But we didn't technically land on the runway, but close enough. Flaps in, and job done. Safely back to base. And there goes the right engine. Looks like it finally died as soon as we touched down. I have no idea what's going over there, but I think the Yak is currently dragging out the match, which is nothing new. But hey, at least we can go back in for a third run. And we are now repaired, well rearmed. And we're going to be repaired in the next few seconds. There we go. Let's get rolling. Because I'm not scared of a Yak. Never have been. I'm scared of a Yak if I'm in something with no really good defensive armament, or offensive in this case. Now it would appear that the Spitfire is returned to base. That's perfectly fine. I've got bigger balls than you, pal. I've also got bigger engines. Landing gears in, and we're away. Now, I'm not really certain how I'm going to win this battle because I don't think I got a tank. No, I didn't. So I'm going to go for the pillboxes, and I know how stupid the pillboxes are. They're the bombs if you're interested, people. In fact, I'll leave the bomb bay doors open for a few more seconds so you can have a bit of a gander. That's its maximum payload, people. You cannot use anything else, which I'm not all that fussed about. I think this plane will be handy for low tier tank RB as well, if there's any new British tanks announced. I mean, at this current time, the only British tank that's actually been announced is the Challenger 2. And as you can imagine, people, I am not very impressed by it. First of all, why have we got the Challenger in-game? Well, we're going to have the Challenger in-game, I should say. Second of all, why are we bringing MBTs that still serve to this day into the game when the game was all about World War II tech and up to the Korean War jets? And then we suddenly jumped to 1989, 1990 tanks. I've got no words, people. Okay, so I think the smart thing to do would be to go for the vehicles. We have forward-facing armament, so we might as well. And I'm currently stroking what's left of my beard here after I had to shave the other week. Yeah, I'm not exactly known for facial hair, people. I've got what's known to trade as a baby face, and honestly, I look younger. People think I'm 14, and it's hilarious. Because you get those girls who just really are begging it, as you would call them. And well, they think you're younger than what you actually are, and you just made them look like a right tool. It's very funny to do. So I'm going to save my bombs for the light pillboxes, because we can potentially kill 4, but with my accuracy, as I've proven, because I'm not really... Because the British bombs aren't really that great. The 1,000 pounders are amazing though. The 500 and the 250s aren't all that great. And I've had 2 cookies sat on my desk and I've not touched them since this entire fight. I should be locked up for treason for that. So let's have a look at what we're taking on. A level 100 who has a shit ton of premiums. A26 as well, that's the rare premium. Let's have a quick gander at the F1B. Barely touching a 2-to-1 kill death ratio, so I don't think we have too much to fear, and even then, we'll just retreat back to our team. Besides, my gunnery skills are pretty good with Vickers K, so I'll give it a tough time. That is the yak over there, oh boy. I would do my Mickey Mouse impression here, but I'm not really known for Mickey Mouse impressions. I'll let the team know the yak's on me. The yak is going to come for me to pad his stats as per usual. I'm going to break right and drag him away. That's how I've got to do this, because obviously it's a yak 1, it's got a cannon, I don't. I really don't want this first flight to come to a bad end, so even if we take the yak with us, I'll be happy with that. Obviously he has got the advantage in speed, because it's a yak, it pulls energy out of his arse in typical Russian fashion. I probably should have waited for the Spitfire, but he was taking the mix, so let's see if we can retreat back to our fighters, because the Yak 1 is starting, well, our fighter, I should say. Because the Yak 1 is eyeing me up like I'm a bison whilst he's a lion, and I don't like it. I've been meaning to try bison meat at some point. Apparently you can eat bison. It was either bison or buffalo that my mother said. I think they're the same, but me not knowing a thing about most animals, it's just, yeah. He's one of the paddest crap stats, so as you can imagine, he's going to be hungry for my A20. And yep, he's coming right for us. Okay, that's fine. We dragged him over some airfield AA. He's now spraying it over a mile away. And he thinks this auxiliary airfield has the most dangerous AA known to man. It really doesn't, pal. Okay, let's swing around now that we've got the Spitfire closer. I love it how he shit himself over the auxiliary airfield's AAA. And this has gone on for 25 minutes almost, this battle, plus including me blabbering about the plane. But at the end of the day, people, you learn about the plane, maybe see if you want it, and personally, I recommend this plane. It is very nice. Originally, I wasn't actually going to spawn in this battle, you know? I was thinking of doing it on another different recording, but then obviously I noticed it was 3.0, which I was probably going to get anyway. But we've got 2 air kills in this battle, which I wasn't expecting from the Vickers K guns. And we're overheating, so 80%. But so far this plane's proved pretty well. I mean, it's fast, it's maneuverable to some extent. I mean, I really cannot fault it. And obviously I am checking everything's all good, because sometimes my recording software fucks up at this point. But it would appear that the Yak is climbing to altitude. I'm surprised I've been chat banned these last few days, because people, honestly, the amount of retards I've had, oh, I just want to shoot them all. The Yak is turning back, so we're going to turn towards the Spitfire. I really wish that Spitfire had some degree of altitude. I'm going to nail this AAA gun here. I love it how he's actually using an Avenger order, because he's that blind. And what I'm going to remember is the machine guns are lower mounted in the nose. He's now circling, that's fine. Yep, Yaks looks like he's diving. Right for us, yep, he's diving right for us. He's either diving right for us or he's diving away towards his airfield. I cannot tell, but it looks like he's coming this way. I just don't want to split up from the Spitfire, that's the problem, but he's defending his vehicles. And I don't really want this video to be like a 40-minute replay or battle, but at this rate, I'm afraid, people, it is going to be, because I really don't want to take the risk. Just head our way, buddy. That's our only hope at this point. Yak is diving. Altitude, spit, altitude. Yeah, he doesn't understand that. He's an ally pilot. There he is, Yak 1. I might even turn for a crack at him, to be honest, people, but the 223 is probably going to be his first victim. Or if he's smart, he'll go for the fighter escort first. And he's coming for us, that's fine. Let's see what the maneuverability is like. Actually pretty good. We're right on his tail now. Good hits on the airframe. Looks like we've got a fuel tank. Didn't destroy it though, or set it afire. That's a shame, but we're just going to keep on it. The 223 is going to bait him for us. The Yak is hungry for him. He wants to pad his crap stats. And I don't think I can catch a Yak. So that is a battle rating 3 plane. I have that thing. He's going up to the 223. That's annoying, but you've got to pad your stats somehow, aren't you? Oh, that looks like bad damage to the 223, and the 223 is gone. Spitfire's not really doing his job. Looks like I'm having to do Spitfire's work. He is right next to me, so... What's that Yak doing? I'm really worried about getting rammed by the bloody Spitfire at this point. He's on my left, that's good. I don't think I can catch the yak, but we might be able to if he... Because we have 2 engines, we should be able to retain energy better than him. What is he doing? What is he honestly doing? Like, I've seen creative flying. I've seen creative flying before, but... Oh, shit! See if we can jump on the defensive guns. Okay. We jumped on the defensive gunners to try and get him to sod off. He has sodded off for the now, or for the meantime. The Aquad is trying to separate us. You did out to catch faster enemies, don't hug the ground when anticipating enemy fighters. Mate, this is a bomber, this isn't a heavy fighter. Okay, so this battle has been just over half an hour, so this is going to be a long ass video for you guys, but think of it as a bit of benefit. I mean, I'd have expected this battle to be over by now, or long overdue by now. And the Aquad is coming my way. Spitfire, being brainless, has no idea what this yak is playing at. I know exactly what he's going to do. He's turning my direction so then he can comfortably deal with me. Oh, I think he's trying to go for an airfield landing. See if we can't annoy him a bit. And he's coming for me. So look, maneuverability is actually pretty damn good. Say this is a bomber. Now he thinks dragging us to that auxiliary airfield Spitfire. Why are you wasting your fucking ammo? I will deal with the vehicles, you mong. I like the pilots, I swear. Dude, engage the yak. Jesus fucking Christ. The yak thinks he's smart by engaging the actual vehicles over there. Well, he thinks he's smart by camping his airfield. He's not. He's just a knob. And the fucking Spitfire crashed. Fuck. Right. Okay. This is not good for us at all. I'll give him a sarcastic remark. Obviously, this yak is going to rip us a new one if he wants us to. Okay, looks like we're going to have to jump on a defensive gunners, people, and hope for the best. We are not going to get our bombs off in time. And, well, it's a battle of the titans now. 2 experienced players, 1 good shooter is all it takes. Let's see if we can't get him to sod off. He's now firing at long range, going for the engines. Cheeky, 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 but I have one last card to play, my friend. And that is bombs. Those look like Tiger 2s. I don't give a toss. They are getting bombed. And I think I've just won us the game. Yes, we have. That is how you do it, people. Okay, that was a very, very long battle, but we did it. We won the battle by doing that smart maneuver. And that just proves how good this aircraft is. I mean, I cannot fault it. It did the job. It performed as a heavy fighter. The defensive guns are pretty lethal. The bomb load was sufficient, as you saw. And I won us the game. Even if we had to use the Spitfire pilot. So I'm going to let you guys off because this has been a very long video. A very, very long video. And I will catch you all on the next one. Hope you enjoyed this longer video.